Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Riderpiece Theater. Me, Alistair Dayhawk, and tonight, me proud to present Kamen Rider Gavv, episode 18. So this story begins with a brief recap of Kamen Rider Vlan, aka Log A9, whipping ass on poor Shoma and humiliating Hanto. and the episode, continues on with Shoma using his cake form and unleashes his cake soldiers, which unfortunately they don't last very long. And then as they were continuing fighting, the bird gaunute quietly flies away. And then Nyelv shows up to interrupt the battle and leaving poor Shoma be like, Nyelv-san. And Hanto's like, huh? You know this kid? So Nyelv introduces himself to the two gaunute hunters and also tells them that he was the one who created the Vlan belt. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and to add is that he gave praise to his younger half-brother for the driver because it was due to studying him and his fighting skills that, gave birth to this brand new Kamen Rider. So, yeah. And then our villains take their leave, leaving our heroes stunned. And then we get to the next scene with our heroes regrouping and pretty much be like, okay, what the hell just happened? So Hanto is pretty much telling Shoma, look, this gaunute has our powers and it's going to make our job 10 times difficult because how are we going to destroy gaunutes without him jumping in our fights and, interfering? How are we going to do that? While at the same time, Shoma was not even thinking about that at all. Shoma was thinking about his older brother. Why is he fighting him now? And he assumes that he wants revenge for what happened to Shida. But here's the thing, Shoma. Your siblings didn't care about your twin sister's death at all. Except, of course, Gavv, which he is in hiding somewhere. We don't know where he is at. But other than him, your other siblings didn't care about her. Hell, Nyelv pulled a Nancy Pelosi where he said, "Thank you, Shida, for sacrificing yourself for science." Yeah, it all goes back to bad parenting, aka Papa's stomach. Papa's stomach has to be one of the worst fathers in the history of Kamen Rider because he, is a bad parent who created these little kakas. They didn't even mourn their sister at all. They didn't care about her. They're just like, oh, that's too bad. Oh, let's go back to business as usual. And Nyelv is the worst of them all because he views her sacrifice as a sacrifice for science. What does that tell you? Yeah, they're little monsters. Yes, they are. So, sorry to disappoint you, Shoma. It's not the case at all. Hanto drags Shoma back to Earth by telling him, so you do know something, don't you? And you're not telling me. What is it? Like, I'm a big boy. Just give me the information that you know. Who are these people? Like, what is the dark treats? What is it? And you can tell that Shoma is stuck between a rock and a hard place. He doesn't want to tell Hanto everything. So he figured, okay, I'm just gonna give you the basics of what I know. And it's pretty much, okay, here are the names of the leaders of the stomach company and their overall objective, and that's it. And Hanto asks, who is this woman that I faced with the scythe? And Shoma replies, that is Gota. And this is where Hanto gets the impression, okay, now I understand why you didn't want me to go to the gaunute world, because you don't want me to share the same fate as your mother. Because, Hanto knows that if he is going to face someone like a Gota or a Lago, he knows that he's in big trouble, and he will have nowhere else to go, and he will be captured and maybe killed. So Hanto pulls, thank you for having my back. I'm sorry that I ever doubted you and whatnot. And Shoma's like, oh, okay, let's go with that, and just don't worry about it anymore. Don't worry about it, because we all know the truth. That Shoma doesn't want Hanto to go in there because he's afraid that Hanto will learn the truth about Shoma's origin. So that's the real truth. Hanto also adds, you knew them because they're the ones responsible for, killing your mom. How did you escape? And Shoma does the whole I don't remember, the I don't remember line. And Hanto was like, you know what, I apologize for pressuring you for giving me information. It must have been tough for you to remember those bad times, and I apologize, but thank you for having my back. And if I were Shoma on the inside, I'd be like, please stop saying that I'm a wonderful person. I'm not. I'm keeping something from you, and I can't keep this up forever. So yeah. So after that, we go to Dr. Nick, and Nyelv and Nage pays Dr. Nick a visit. Dr. Nick is impressed by Nyelv's creation of the driver, and he almost got a knuckle sandwich from Nage. He inadvertently insulted him, and Nyelv stopped Nage from, fighting Dr. Nick. And then Dr. Nick was like, may I do something? And we get like this thing where he just lifts up Nage-9's shirt to expose that second stomach, the second mouth. And he pulls out that memory driver, whatever, and we get to see Nage-9 revert back to his gaunute form, and then he just places it back, and we see his human form again, and Dr. Nick is impressed that, oh, so that's how you get a disguise and whatnot. And so Nyelv and Nage-9 leave the office. Nage-9 asks Nyelv if it's alright for me to, kick butt with the gaunute hunters. Is it alright for me to, beat them up? And Nyelv was like, yeah, if you can. You have my blessing. Go ahead. So after that, we move on to the woman in white, since we all know who is in disguise. So the woman in white with the red scarf was about to, pounce on a new prey, do the whole, the flying of the scarf thing and whatnot. But this victim, this boy, the moment he saw this woman, he just runs away, leaving the woman all stunned. I'm like, what just happened here? And then she goes to find another victim, and all these people surrounding her just up and runs away. And the woman was like, what the hell? Like, what is this? These humans act as if they know who I am. What's going on? And so we immediately go to the Sashika office, and Sashika sees this post with this ugly looking drawing of this woman in white, and it says, if you see this woman, run away. So we all know who made the drawing and the post. We all know who made that. And Sashika, was like relieved that Shoma came to the rescue because she came really close to getting kidnapped. And Hanto asked, do you remember anything about this woman? And so she remembers what happened to her last week about the wind and the red scarf and that sort of thing. And then we move on to to the woman in white, aka the bird gaunute, and she was like pissed off. Like, she cannot kidnap any humans without getting recognized, and she is very desperate to get a dark treat because you can tell that the withdrawal is hitting her really, really bad. You could see her like, I need a dark treat, I need it now. And Lage 9 asked, like, what's so special about these treats anyways? And then we immediately go to the bird gaunute, and she is describing the taste of a dark treat and all that. And you can really tell that, just like the other gaunutes, they are highly addictive, and it's something that they're not gonna let go. And we immediately go to a flashback with Lage 9, and apparently Lage 9 knew this young gaunute who was also highly addicted to the stuff. So it's like, who is this young gaunute? What's so special? And all that. So we just get a glimpse of that, and we immediately go back to present time, and the bird gaunute decides, okay, I want a dark treat. They recognize me, so you know what? I'm just gonna go out there and hunt. I don't care. I just want my dark treats, and flies away. So out of desperation, the bird goes on a hunt, and then back to the office. So Shika gets this post of this video of this random gust of wind that appear out of nowhere, and you see all these people being flown away by this gust of wind. And this is where our heroes realize, okay, we got our gaunute, we will go to the scene of the crime, and which they did. And as they made it to the scene of the crime, we get a cutscene of all these people flying away, and they get dumped right in front of the gaunute's feet, and they get changed into the spices. And you see Hanto and Shoma, grabbing on to each other because, the gust of wind and all that. And Shoma was like, hey, Hanto, I'm going to do something crazy, but you're going to have to trust me on this. So he ends up letting go, and they both fly away, and they land in front of the gaunute, and the gaunute is pissed off, like, oh, crap. This was a great idea until you guys showed up. But luckily for the bird, Lage 9 shows up once again, and you can tell that he is not looking forward for this fight. He's just like, oh, do I need to fight you? This sucks. But yeah, so all three of them transform, and they split up. Shoma goes after the bird, while Hanto tries to take down Lage 9. So fast forward, Shoma quickly defeats the bird gaunute by using the cake form, and he successfully rescues the victims. But unfortunately, Takeshi was not in the pile, so Shoma knows that it's too late, that he's probably at the factory. And then we immediately cut to Lage 9 versus Hanto, and again, whoever is the suit actor for Lage 9, he is very, very good on what he does, so kudos to him. But the fight between Lage 9 and Hanto was pretty good, even though it was completely one-sided. So Hanto hit a nerve where Hanto was asking, are you part of the stomach family? and it causes Lage 9 to just stand there and looking all confused, like, me, a part of them. And then this is where Hanto gets his opening and punches him in the face. And then it leads to Lage 9 unleash a barrage of arrows onto poor Hanto, giving Hanto another L. And you see Shoma, showing up too late, and you see Hanto in a bloody mess. And that's the end of the episode, guys. Guys, I'm at that point where I'm like, why is Hanto getting so many L's? He's getting the spanner treatment, but I believe that this is all by design. He's gonna constantly be losing until he snaps and go back to Dr. Nick demanding a power up because he is constantly losing. I mean, man, Hanto, I'm tired of you losing, but I just believe that it's part of the design of you being all dark side. So hang in there, man. You will get your power up soon. It's just you're gonna have to take more L's. Shoma, he's just at that breaking point where he wants to tell Hanto the truth, but we all know that, he doesn't want to because of the consequences. Lage 9 continues to impress me. We get a little bit of his origin story about this gaunute that was particularly close to him, got addicted to the dark treats. That's pretty much it on that. And overall, it's another good episode. Kudos to the suit actor who plays Kamen Rider Vlan. He is very good, and whatnot. And I believe that's it, guys. I mean, I have my notes in front of me, but if I miss anything, just write in the comments below. Give a like if you like it, and please subscribe. And let me know, have you seen episode 18? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Write in the comments below. I also want to add this before I go. Shoma, you have to tell him the truth. Just tear that band-aid off. Do it. You have to before your enemies do. Because I would be so upset if Hanto keeps on be like, thank you for having my back, you're my best friend, and be like, oh, shut up, please shut up. But, Shoma, please, Your Majesty, King of Sweets, tell Hanto the truth before it's too late. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Give a like if you like it, and please subscribe, and I will see you all on the other side of Oblivion. Johnny!